Hey, welcome to the first lesson. So before we go into any coding, we need to install WordPress first, right? And if you're familiar with WordPress, then you know how to do this. But if you're just a beginner and are looking to create a framework for WordPress, well, you're going to need a working environment. So I recommend you work locally because it's faster, and you can also use GitHub for version control, and you can work offline, right? You can go to a coffee shop which maybe doesn't have an internet connection, and you can work there. So I'm going to show you a very quick way to install WordPress locally using MAMP. Now, MAMP is an application which is available for both macOS and Windows that will install a local server, and you'll be able to install WordPress on that server. Now, MAMP also has a pro version, which in version 3 actually has a very simple way of installing WordPress, but I'm going to show you the old-fashioned way. I have a version 2 of MAMP Pro here, and as you can see, I have a few hosts set up. For example, WordPress 3.8.ms. In my system, stands for WordPress version 3.8.multisite, which is just a way of saying or showing that this website is a part of a larger system. And what I'm going to do here is copy this address, and then I'm going to hit this plus button. Server name, I'm going to call it WordPress 3.9.ms, so we're installing the latest version. I'm going to paste this in and change it to 3.9. And also, I'm going to create an alias for this, which is going to be called WordPress 3.9.ms. And before I hit apply, I got to go into my sites folder where I host all of my WordPress installs. I'm going to create a new folder called WordPress 3.9.ms. So now I'm going to go back here. I'm going to hit apply. It's going to ask me for my password. Hit OK. It's going to restart the server, and you're good to go basically. So let's minimize this. Now you need to go to wordpress.org, hit on the download button, and you'll need to download the current version, which at the time of this recording is 3.9.1. And I've already downloaded this zip file, and I have all its contents right here. So I'm going to copy all of them and paste them in my newly created folder. You can see that we have some files generated by MAMP, but you can go ahead and delete these and paste in the new ones. Now, every WordPress installation has a config file, which is this. So first thing, you got to rename it to wp-config, and then you need to open this in a code editor, and you need to change a couple of things. So first of all, the database name, we're going to call this WordPress 3.9. Username and password, in my case, it's root. It's the default user and password. DB host is localhost. You need to scroll down. Table prefix, I'm going to call it WordPress 3.9. And then WP debug, I'm going to set it to true. And that's all you need to do here, basically. Okay, so we're going to close this. And now you got to open MAMP again, and you got to click this Web Start button. And this will take you right here into your MAMP screen. Now, when working with WordPress, you need to use some kind of database. So you need to go to phpMyAdmin, you need to go to databases, and you need to create a database with the name that you put in the config file. In my case, it's WordPress 3.9, and I went ahead and created this database. But it's very simple. You just type the name here, create, and you have your database. Now, once you do that, you can go ahead and access WordPress 3.9.ms. And this works because I've set up the alias of WordPress 3.9.ms right here in MAMP. So it works. Now this is the install screen. It asks you for a site title, so we're just going to say WordPress 3.9. Username, I'm just going to say admin. You got to input your password twice, your email, And since we're working locally, we're just going to tick off this checkbox. Allow search engines to index this site. Hit Install WordPress, and now it says that WordPress has been successfully installed. So click on Login, Admin, and then your password, login, and there you go. This is a fresh install of WordPress 3.9. And if we open it, you're going to see it with its default theme, which is, I think, 2014. Let's see. Yep. Active theme is 2014. So there you go. That's how you install WordPress. And now you're ready to begin working on the actual framework. But before you do that, you got to make up a plan of what files you're going to need and the order you're going to use to write them. And I'm going to show you how to do that in the next lesson.